What is up, YouTube? So, I had a rough week at work and my arms are extremely sore. And it is raining outside, so I can't skate. And also, if I get close to the camera, I have a wicked cold sore, just so you guys know that's what that is. But today, we're going to be doing a handboarding video. But like I said, my arms are really sore. I had a job that stretched over 3 days at work that I had my hands above my head for about close to 12 hours between the 3 days consistently. So my arms really hurt. And I have a bunch of cuts, scrapes, and that all over my arms. So this is going to be a video where I've done kind of ones like this in the past, where I try to get you guys to transform from beginner hand skaters to intermediate hand skaters. But this video is going to be for the guys who are already intermediate and hopefully get you guys to transfer to more professional level. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, I am a professional hand skater or handboarder, whatever you want to refer to it. I have two different sponsors. One is by Handskate Incorporated, and one is through a private person who makes stickers, who makes my pro sticker. And you guys can pick these up if you want at handskate.com, or for the stickers, message at Hunter Handboards on Instagram to get the stickers from him. But we're going to be talking about ways to make your hand skating look more professional. And we're going to be talking about flipping out, or shoving out, or whatever you want to say, of grinds. And the way to make them look more professional. So, the easiest trick to show you guys what I'm talking about at first is a fakie ollie, fakie 50-50, fakie flip out. That one, to me, I believe is the easiest. I shouldn't really fail. If I fail it once or twice, cut me some slack. My arms are killing me. But what we're talking about here is, as an intermediate handboarder, you can do this trick, but when you land into the grind, your hands aren't in the right position. So as you're grinding, you stop mid-grind, readjust your hands, keep going, and then flip out. And I'm going to be showing you tips and tricks and things like that on how to avoid having that stop, because in real skateboarding, that isn't physically possible. So I'm going to show you once on how a normal intermediate would do it, and then once how a professional would do it. And we're going to get into some practice steps to hopefully transform you guys into a more professional level. So this is the beginner way. As you can see, I stopped. So there is two different ways to avoid having that stop and reset of your hands. The first way is being able to do specific flip tricks from any board position that your hands may lie. And the other one is setting up your hands mid-air so when you land, you can immediately do the next trick. So we're going to talk about the first way, where being able to flip from any position. And to show you guys, I'm going to flip from 3 extremely stupid positions. One where my hands are touching, I'm going to do a kick flip. One where my hand has a heel flip, and one right off the nose. So, hands touching, I can kick flip. Heel flip position, I can kick flip. And right off the nose, for the most part, I can kick flip. I can kick flip, heel flip, tray flip, and basically every basic flip trick from any position that my hands land. And that is very important, because sometimes you just don't land into the trick you wanted good. So a good way to just practice this is, of course you want to practice a good stance. So my kick flip normally is kind of touching right on the Handskate logo on the grip, probably halfway on the board, and hand fully covering the tail. And that's how I do my kick flips. So this is very good to practice in one specific way to help you flip into grinds, but for the sense of flipping out of them, then you also want to practice flipping from every position. So when you land in the grind, it doesn't matter where your hands land, you can still flip out. So practice that and slowly work your way through all of your tricks. So heel flip, put it in the world's worst kick flip position, and heel flip. Tray flip, put it in the worst position, and tray flip is harder. Tray flip. So that is a good way to practice flipping out without having to reset your hands. Because no matter where your hands land, as long as you have an ability to pop, you can do the trick out. So that one is the easiest to practice, but the longest, because you'll have to work your way through all of the tricks. So there is still a bunch I can't do. If I'm gonna like do a switch hard flip, then I like my hands in the specific position. So I probably can't switch hard flip from any position, but it's just not a trick I've practiced that way so far. So we're gonna get into number 2 step of being able to flip out of any grind, any flip trick you want. If I take the time and learn step 1, you can become kind of a video part skater. So consistency doesn't matter, because all you're going to be doing is posting content, which means you're filming it, and you can delete all of the attempts. So the second way is learning how to set your hands in air. And as you noticed, I'm not touching the ledge. All of this is practiced right here on just a table, just a flat surface. There is no point to even attempt the ledge yet, because you already know you can do the trick, so you're just going to be doing it 100 times over, which is good, you know, that's great, but not for this sense. So the next one is setting your hands up in mid-air. And the 2 easiest ways to practice this, well, the 2 most basic ways would be the equivalent of a kickflip manual and a kickflip nose manual. So practice those and just keep landing in the manual. And once you got that done, you basically can kickflip into a 5-0. But from there, now keep moving your front hand around, keeping your back hand in the same manual position. So, land in a heel flip position. I don't know how well you can see me. Land in a heel flip position. Land in a kick flip position. Land in a tray flip position. And practice that. Then you move on to nose manual. So, once you can kick flip into nose manual very well, then start moving your hand around. Nollie flip. Nollie heel, nollie tray. And once you get that down is when it's going to become a little bit weirder to do, because those ones are manual, so you can still feel that resistance. You can feel your hand moving around. The next one is kick flip and land in a kick flip position. So, and this is a great way to practice this. Do a kick flip. And from the position you landed in, can you do another kickflip? So kickflip, kickflip. Then change it up. Can I kickflip and then immediately do a heel flip without moving my hands? Yes. Can I kickflip and then do a tray flip without moving my hands? Yes, I don't know why that took so long. I think it's just because my shoulders hurt so bad. So that is a fantastic way to practice. And once you get that down, then you're going to pull your ledge out. And there's one last thing, you don't have to do it, that's up to you, and it's something I suck at, learning to slide the whole ledge. So I have 2 bricks on this ledge. This is my smallest ledge, so this is why I like doing it for videos like this, because it doesn't take up the whole table. So this is basically double the length of a handboard. If you watch me use this ledge, I usually don't even go half of it. I flip in and flip out immediately. And I don't know why, so it's something I need to work on. So it's good to learn the trick and ride right off. Learn the trick and ride right off. Because then you get the feeling of never having to stop. Just constant flow of motion. So these are steps that are very, very easy to practice. It may take a while to get it down, but it allows you then to flip in and flip out with little difficulty is what I mean to say. And it makes it look a lot more professional. So I'm going to do one more thing to show you guys. I'm going to talk about it and then show it in slow motion so you can see. So a great way to show this is when I do a front tail. So I normally kick flip into front tail because I find it easier than just doing a front tail. And when I land in the front tail, if my hand appears towards me right now, here, it's probably because I'm going to kick flip out. If it appears on the other side, it's probably because I'm going to heel flip out. So if you watch in air, I'm watching the board the entire time. to put my flick hand down in the position needed for what trick I plan on doing out. Now, if you were to do, you said to yourself, I want to do a kickflip front tail, kickflip out, but your hand landed in the heel flip position, just throw the heel flip then. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of professionals in real skating do that. So I'm going to try to find a decent angle, probably actually just be that angle, and turn my body, in hopes that you guys can see in slow motion where my hand would land for a kickflip and for a heel flip out of a front tail. Because I believe that is the best thing to show. Because a lot of time I kickflip out of like a 50-50, my hands are like this. I can still kickflip out. But I believe a front tail would show it even better. So I'm going to show those two in slow motion and continue the video. So hopefully, guys, this helps you to become a better handboarder / hand skater and take your steps to the next level. Because it was only, I would say 9 months ago that I stopped doing that freeze mid-ledge. If you watch my original video part and matched up to, hopefully soon, Zyler has been slacking, but he has a new video part of mine that he is supposed to be editing. I sent it over about a month ago. So start messaging him on Instagram telling him, where's Cody's video part? Nah, he's a great kid. But if you watch the old footage compared to whenever the new footage comes out, you will see in a year, my handboarding has become so much better because of simple things like this. So almost every day I get home from work, I tell myself the same thing. Do 10 heel flips in a row. That's it. Then I can lay down, take a nap, go take a shower, whatever. But little things like this is what helped me to become a professional handboarder. So one of the things I get asked all the time, how come I always hand skate ledges? And I'm going to talk very briefly on this and do some more handboarding, and hopefully my arms don't fall off. But if you can do a kickflip on flat ground or a flat table, whatever you want to call it, you can kickflip off a drop. There's no difference. Maybe power of the flick is a little different, but if you have a good catch, there's no difference. If you can skate a ledge, you can skate a manual pad. Identical. So why do I skate ledges all the time? Because it gives me more chances to learn things. So you have tail slides, you have crooked grinds. But I believe to finish this video, I'm going to do 5 decently difficult manual tricks. And then say goodbye to you guys. So let's do 5 and call it a day. Alright YouTube, so as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Super stoked. I have never done a switch flip manual, switch frontside flip, and I have never done a switch heel, switch big heel out. Also, to answer one question that I get asked all of the time, what is this that I use as a ledge, and I also use as like a mini ramp? This is a stair to a hot tub. So if you guys want one, you can buy one. But they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. They're actually decently expensive, but my wife's parents bought a hot tub. They sent them this stair, and it doesn't even go with their hot tub. So they gave it to me, and it's awesome, and I love it, but I think they're like $200, so I'm probably going to be the only one using this for a while. If you guys want one, you know, you can go buy one. But I ask that all the time. So, as always, have a great day.